So the Scotty is waiting for a few parts to arrive. So what I thought we'd do is a quick video. We're going to pull the reel out. It's going down to get a sharpen at VNR Mechanical. And thanks to Michael down there for doing that in a couple of days for me. So yeah, we'll take the reel out, get the mower up onto the bench, and we'll just check it for overall condition and that kind of thing. So let's get into it, hey? So when I was gurning the other day after I degreased it, I looked down in the gutter and I saw a washer, and I didn't know where it was from, and then I realised it was from down here. So it has gone back on, and what I'll do is I'll get them all off each of the sprockets as we go and label them in that same way we've been doing before. So let's get this on and get it off. Just on closer inspection of that sprocket, we can see teeth are in really good nick. The degreaser's obviously done a great job of getting that cleaned up. Yeah, all the teeth are looking really good. No real signs of wear or chipping or cracks or anything like that. I guess if we did want to replace it, we probably could. But yeah, there's no real pitting or any kind of major damage that's, you know, ringing alarm bells or making me worried at this stage. So that looks like a part we are going to keep and reuse. And again, that's just part of keeping the story, the history of that mower intact and alive. So yeah. At this point too, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this keyway out. So it should just come out. Depends on how. Oh mate, look at that. Don't even need a tool. Straight out. Perfect. That's what we want. If things are going too early on to be celebrating. But if this is how the rest of the build goes, I'm gonna be a happy man. So again, keeping the parts together so we're not going to lose them. Now around into the chassis, we're going to get these two bearing housings off. Just held in place with a screwdriver, a Phillips flathead screw. So we'll get them out. There we go. Now having a look at this, the upper of the bearing housing, you can see a little bit of scoring and pitting in here. Now there is a grease nipple on the top, or a small spot we can add some grease in there, but just by looking at that, there's a little bit of scoring happening in there. So we'll see what we can do with the wet dry, but if we have to replace it, then we'll replace it. But mate, for something that's, you know, close to 50 years old, it's not a bad unit. Now the right side, again, easy out. This one, a lot of crap in here. But yeah, overall not too bad. Again, just some pitting and scoring in the inside there. Overall condition, you know, for a bit of cast aluminium, it's pretty good. I'm a fan of its condition. Again, with a really good cleanup, I'm sure it'll come good. But yeah, at this point, even though it is nice in good condition, that you can feel there is a little lip in there that I do want to get rid of, without obviously compromising the integrity of the bearing. But yeah, look, we might replace these parts. We've got to see what the bottom of the housing's like, but at this point, yeah, we might be replacing those two parts. All right, let's get this reel out, hey? So, should just lift out. There we go. She's out. And actually, oh mate, the screws on that bed knife, whoo, they're gonna need a bit of heat to come out. I'm definite. I'm sure of it. So you can see the reel again, really covered in grass and whatnot. But bearings looking all right, working really well. Even though it's covered in grass, spins really well. So we'll get a bit of a clean up, and yeah, we'll get it down for the sharpen. So we've got the bearings on one side, we've got the cover on the other, and that's how they mate. You can see that is a bit of a convex outer there. That's just how it sits. I think, yeah, worthwhile replacing these bearings to a sealed unit, and that way we're not mucking around with grease and crap in there. There is quite a bit of pitting and corrosion on that cover plate, so definitely going to swap out those bearings for sure. Yeah, I'm going to leave the bearings on when it goes down for its sharpen, because that'll help him out. But yeah, it actually I like seeing that original red paint. That's pretty cool. So I reckon red's the colour we're going to go for when we replace this reel. I think it's too far gone, for a cleaner. It is quite corroded, but we'll give it a sharpen anyway, and see how it turns out. But look, it could come good. I'll see what Michael says down there, to see what his recommendations are in terms of restoring the reel, or whether we just opt for a new 8-blade reel to replace. But overall, the condition's not bad. But yeah, I will, while it's off, I'm going to get this colour matched, get the red colour matched, so get it looking pretty good when it goes back together. So while we're in here, I'm going to clean out some of the crap that's in the bottom of that bearing housing. There is a bit of scoring down the bottom there, so I'll bring you over, we'll have a look. Righto, so down here you can see that the housing, look, it's in really good nick, but there is a little bit of scoring there on the top, and the same there on the other side. So I reckon we will end up replacing those two, just as a complete cast unit. So while we're here, we're going to jump inside and get the bed knife off. A couple of bolts on either side of the deck of the chassis here. We'll get that off. I'm not confident in the condition of this bed knife. There is an edge on the front. It's very corroded. But yeah, I don't see us getting that blade off that knife there off the Soleplate. But we'll take it down and see what he says. Look, if we're replacing the reel, we might as well upgrade and get a new bed knife as we go. So let's get into that one, hey? So a 13mm socket on the side. There is a bit of penetrant in there already, but yeah, they're coming off a lot easier than I thought. There we go. The reel out, the bed knife out. A pretty straightforward experience, and not too complicated at all. A couple of bolts. Yeah, the positioning is a bit awkward inside the chassis there, but relatively straightforward. I'm really looking forward to getting these down to VRM Mechanical in a couple of days for a sharpen. I'm sure the conversation will be around condition and whether it's worth replacing, or if they've got another sharpen left in them. I'm excited to see that original red colour. I think that'll be brilliant to reinstate. Whether we go for a new reel, then I'll see if I can match that colour. But I know the new red reels are available, and yeah, I'm loving the colour scheme that I'm thinking about. That green, the original green, the hammer tone green, that red, a few brass accents in there. I reckon I might keep the motor black. I think it, yeah, green, black, red, bit of gold, classy. I reckon it'll be okay. Thanks for watching another Project Resto, and we'll see you in the next one.